you. Yeah, are you ready? Makai. Yes. Good man. Easy, cheetah. Oops, I can't reach it. Ouch. Yes, Makai. Good. Beautiful, buddy. Beautiful. Squib. Oops. Makai. Yes. Squib. Yes. Beautiful. Awesome. Ouse. Yes. Good man. Ouse. Through. Nope. Through. Through. Yes. Wait right there. Dog catch. Good man. Oh, you missed it. Oh, you missed it. Yes. Yes, good man. All right, so duration. Duration has a beginning, down, a middle, off. Yes, and an end. That is the definition of duration. Huge idea here. Most of the time when people put their dogs up in a duration behavior, they never make it to the release. If you're not making it to the release, you are not performing a duration behavior. It's as simple as that.
Perch on Paw Pods with Loot. Ron and Loot work on building duration on a set of Paw Pods. Keys: duration is defined by the release, desire before duration.
Hi there, little looter. You want to give this a shot? All right, hi. Okay. Yes. Yes. I'll go with one paw to start. And once he's up there, I'm going to continue to pay. Really add value here. And then I'll ask him off. Yes. Remember that you have to get to the release. Yes, in order for it to be duration. Looter here has 2 feet on. That's beautiful. I'm going to keep pumping him full of cookies. High rate of reinforcement so that he has a desire to perform this behavior. Off. And I'll make sure that I let him know that it's duration by getting to the release. I'm going to go ahead and wait for 2 feet on here. Yes. If his feet come off, I'll stop the payment. Yes. I can mark or not mark. Depends on where we're at in our training. If I think he needs more help with the action part of the duration behavior, the actual placing of his feet on these objects, off, I will mark when he returns to the object. Yes, good man. Yes. And this time I'm not going to mark, I'm just going to pay. Sometimes it's desirable to trigger, yes, the action understanding by the dog, off. Other times it's not. Yes, good man. That's great work, Looter. Off, yes. Go to dog stuff. Oh, cookie bag is tough. Good job.
Filmed on location at the Pajama Factory in Kingston, New York, it's Pawsitive Vybe with your hosts, Ron Watson and April Lee.
Hey, welcome to Pawsitive Vybe. I'm Ron Watson.
April Lee.
All right, this is episode 6. We're talking about duration this week. Downstays, duration on targeting, well, that's pretty much it. But we're going to hit some key concepts in the duration behavior, and we're going to demonstrate that with several dogs. Hope you enjoy.
All right, let's do
Bitework
it.
for Give with Loot. Ron and Loot work on back-chaining the retrieve and give with Bitework. The retrieve finishes with dog and handler sharing the disc, which is where Bitework starts. That's a back chain.
I missed it. Yes.
Loot is a young, aggressive border collie who likes to play with toys.
Can't reach it.
We've put the drop on cue, so if he drops early, I'm going to cue, oops, I can't reach it, which is telling him to bring it to me. And you can see that he's playing with this toy. That's fine. This is going to pale in comparison to what we'll do when he actually brings it to me.
Yes, good man.
And here we go. We're going to start to work the back chain. As soon as he gives this to me, I'll bump up the rate of reinforcement and the intensity level of the game, and he'll enjoy it. The bringing it to me and putting it in my hand is what started this. We're going to go ahead and start working on some bite work and back chain the give.
Yes, mine. Yes.
So here you can see that we're sharing the toy when he's biting,
Yes, good
and
man. Yes.
that's where the game starts. It's also where the retrieve finishes. So he's going to be highly likely to give that disc to me, to bring it to me and put it in my hand.
Paw Pods Reloaded with Loot. More foot targeting and perch duration with Loot on the Paw Pods. Keys, action versus duration. Attention is gateway breath. Oh, you're quite nice. Yes. Just waiting for 2 feet to be on the object. Yes, good man. He made a better placement of his foot, so I marked that. Yes. Yes. Depending on where we're at in our training, I will mark or not mark the replacement of the foot. If his foot comes off, I'm going to stop paying. Depending on where we're at in our training, if his foot were to come off, I would stop paying. I may or may not mark at that time. Yes. Use eye contact as a gateway drug, helps stabilize him a little bit. Yes, good man. Yes, good. Let him know, yes, that there's the opportunity to do other things up there, like perhaps target or something else. Yes, good. Off. That's really nice that the dog learns that while I'm doing this perch kind of behavior on each of these objects, yes, I can do other things. Yes. 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 It really sets up the idea off that behaviors can be layered. So I can stand on here while holding something, or I can look at the handler. Excuse me. I can look at the handler while doing something. Those are important ideas. Yes, great job. I've got these kind of set up in front of me as a little barrier. Here I'm not going to mark when he puts it back on there. I'm just going to consequently pay with my cookie. Let my cookie do the talking there. Off. Yes, good. Good job. Okay, Loot, go do dog stuff. Good job. That was great. Yeah, you're terrific.
Trip through gritty days, chew me up again, spit me out, but then it's my way out. I rip through bitter days to call this up again, feeling now, look then, like then looks now. Trying to extend the things that bring me through. Got nothing left to do but to call this out. I said, hey, oh my, I'm reaching on. I said, hey, oh my, I'm dragging on. I said, hey, oh my, I'm reaching on. I got nothing left to do but say way out, but then it's my way out. I rip through bitter days, shit at 65. She takes me back.
Having a new puppy is an especially fun and wonderful time. We want them to grow up safe and healthy and expose them to activities that can help them become great athletes when they grow up. Low-impact, short-duration exercises focused on core stability and strong, stable stopping and turning power may be the most ideal activities for growing dogs. When we work on balance and stability, we help the developing mind better understand the body and how it works and moves, giving the adult dog more control over their body. This can be fun, very stimulating to the growing puppy, and can help provide safe challenges without environmental stressors or dangers. Yes, that a girl, Lois. Watch Lois Lane grow up in our upcoming DVD and learn how to make exercise fun and safe for growing dogs using FitPaws canine conditioning equipment.
Dissecting Duration. Ron and Luke go over duration with a fine-tooth comb. Keys. Duration is a function of math, and if the dog fails, smack the handler.
This is what we call a pedestal here, and this is where we start our duration work. This is how we get started with this. So Loot is up here on his own. I'm just going to pay him a little bit and then ask him off. This time I'll ask for the behavior. Up, yes. Down, yes. Good man. I'll actually wait for the hip flop here, and I'll mark that as well. Yes, good. And I'll pay. I'm going to pay the dog at a rate of reinforcement that is guaranteed to keep the dog in position. A lot of times with dogs that are really hyperactive, it looks like this. Off. I'll just go ahead and toss the cookie, because if I don't toss the cookie, the dog's not going to go up there. So duration is a function of math in many regards. I can't remember what dog trainer I got that from. Might be Pam Dennison. Can't remember. But duration is a function of math. We want to use the appropriate rate of reinforcement to ensure that the dog stays up there. Ideally, our dog never, ever fails a duration behavior. If the dog fails a duration behavior, smack the handler. You know, it's your fault. Our job as a handler is to release this dog. Off. Yes, good man. Loot, up, down. Yes, good. Soon as the hip flops, that's what my criteria is for the down behavior. And now I'm going to pay at a rate of reinforcement that's guaranteed to keep him here. 1,000, 2,000. It's that function of math there. 1,000, 2,000. 1,000, 2,000. 1,000, 2,000. You don't have to count that, but that's there for your benefit, so you can know that off, I'm paying every 2 seconds. If I'm successful very frequently, I'll pay, every 3 or 4 seconds. Again, I want to make sure and ensure that the dog never ever fails. I release the dog off of this object. I'm also going to ask him off here because I didn't ask him up. Loot, off. Yes, good man. We pay the release because otherwise the dog doesn't want to get off. You can see that Loot has a lot of desire to be up on this object. Off. Yes, good man. All right, it's time for Thanksgiving. P-Vibe Thanksgiving. Once again, we've got backers to thank.
Yes, we'd like to thank Donna and
Bob Bradley.
Bob Bradley.
Yep, awesome. Thanks so much, guys. We enjoy working with you and really, really appreciate your support. Next up, we have Katie Grable.
Nice, yeah.
Yeah, what an awesome. Awesome.
Very cool. Thanks,
Yep.
Katie. Really appreciate it.
All right, and then we have the Wrigglers.
The Wrigglers, yeah. Jason and Andrea Wriggler. Woohoo!
Yep. Your support on this project was really important to us. We appreciate that, and also your support in our web work and stuff like that. So
love you guys.
Yep. Really appreciate it, guys. Hope you enjoy the show.
Woo-hoo.
Duration is a function of math. Initial criteria was too high, so April shifts to a higher rate of reinforcement and focuses on the release to trigger the duration concept. This might look familiar to some of you guys. Skyla is a very fast working dog, and she's really excited about working cookies. You can see her kind of going a little bit bonkers here, and this can be really difficult to work with.
Yes, nice. Good girl.
Here she is stable, and as April starts to use attention as gateway drug to bump up the criteria, you can see that Skyla is a little too animated to get this skill going. Look at those feet moving.
A little hot rod. So it looks like she's a little hot and she's moving a little fast. I think we should probably add a little more value on the actual stand.
Okay.
So bump up your rate of reinforcement there. Get off eye contact as gateway drug,
Okay.
right? And just pump her full of cookies. Make sure you get to the off.
Okay.
So let's get to the release a couple times, and
Okay.
I bet she stabilizes.
Okay.
All right. Awesome.
April's going to abandon the attention as gateway drug criteria, reduce it, and pump Ska full of cookies. She's also going to focus on the release. This will help Skyla recall the training process and trigger this duration concept. You can see that we already have a different dog. Good trainers are not afraid to go back a step. Great trainers are not afraid to go back to foundation. With the duration behavior in particular, we often go back to this triggering of the learning process for duration because it helps the dog stabilize. You'll see April start to reduce her rate of reinforcement here and even add some attention in there.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
You can just see how much more stable she is now that she knows what the object of this game is. This is very common, guys.
Yes.
Once again, great trainers are not afraid to go back to foundation. And this re-triggering of the learning process is a big deal. You can see her getting a little out of shape here.
I see you, yeah. Yes.
Would be a good time to go back to stuffing her full of cookies.
Off. Yes. Off. Yes, excellent.
You can see April mixing it up there. Great work, April.
Yes, off. Good girl. Go do dog stuff. That was awesome.
Standing for duration. Ron and Loot work on standing on a pedestal. When it becomes obvious that Loot is having trouble, Ron reduces criteria and moves to the floor to ensure success.
Hello there, little looter. You want to do some stand-in? Up, up? Yes, good man. All right, so we're going to work the stand behavior here. I'm going to get him up there. I'll start the behavior with a signal. I'll pay while he's up there. Off. I'll ask him off. Yeah, and he's never done this up here, and it's a little harder to do on a pedestal. It's really nice, though, because I can use the pedestal in order to get distance. It's a hard thing to do with the stand behavior in particular. This black and white criteria, yes. Take the eye contact, pay him up here. 2, off. Good man, great job. Again, I want to pay him at a rate of reinforcement that's guaranteed to keep him up there. That's going to be very fast with the stand behavior, yes. I might have to go down to the ground here, yes. Off, good man. I'll get the start of the behavior. The signal that takes him up is the lure. I'll pack it full of goodness. I'll ask for the off. Let's give it one more shot up here. Yes. Yeah, off. Loot, off. Down, loot, down. Yes, good man. So looks like I'm going to go ahead and get this out of here because that criteria was a little too high for him. He's unable to hit that. Loot, make sure I get him up out of that duration behavior there. Again, I want to be in charge of the release. If I own the release, if I know how to release my dog knows how to be released, guess what? We have duration. Hey, Looter, are you ready? I know, there's all kinds of crumbs and stuff, yeah. Here we go. So, I'll take eye contact, I'll reward with action, or this happens very frequently. Dog does something inappropriate. He gets up there. I can use the off, yes, and pay up here. Off, good man. So I can use the action of getting off that object. Oh, that was almost it. I can use the action of getting off that object, a mistake, something that would get us in trouble, and just roll it right into what's going on. I'm going to set that up again just so you guys can see that again. I'll get like close here and he'll go up there. And loot off, yes, good man. And I'll reward with action up here. Off, good man. And I just sidestepped a whole huge morass, a lot of trouble, potential trouble in the training process. Take the eye contact, yes, reinforce with the action, off, good man. Rate of reinforcement very high. Whatever is required to keep him up there, I think I'm going about every half or 3/4 of a second. I'm going to go ahead and try and back off on that rate of reinforcement a bit. Yes. 1/1000, 1/1000, 1/1000, off. Good man. So I've taken that rate of reinforcement and reduced it ever so slightly. Much easier to do on like a down behavior, something that's easy for the dog, than it is on standing on hinds or standing on your front feet. Those are both handstand. Those are difficult skills, and they require a fairly high rate of reinforcement if that's the way you're going to go after it.
Duration with distraction. Loot lies down during a break in a jam session. This is a test of Loot's down behavior. He does a pretty good job, but the disc is just too much.
Loot, down. Yes.
This is a pretty serious test of Loot's ability to lie down while something awesome is going on. He's not been able to do this up till this time, and he's doing a great job. My job here is to release my dog.
Yes. Loot. Oh, you missed it.
My dog's name is The Release.
You missed it. I know.
I'm just going to set this up again real quick.
Loot. Down. Yes. Good man.
Now, my mistake here was leaving that disc too close to him. I'm just going to hang out this time, take a few moments, and try and get to the release. I probably should have marked or released him right there, because that was awesome. You can see that I get in trouble here. I'm not going to get it twice.
Down. Yes.
He's been lying here for about 20 seconds or so. 30 seconds maybe. And again, I'm going to release him.
Oh, buddy, you're great. Loot. Yes. Oh, good man.
And I'm going to make sure I give him good reinforcement here. So I'll engage in the game now that he has taken the release.
Whoa, wow, you are energetic. You ready? Come on in here, a little closer. Whoa, watch out. Ouse. Yes, ouse. Yes, good man. Great work, buddy.
More duration with Loot. Ron and Loot work down on a pedestal. Keys. Duration has two components, action and duration. Mark for action, but don't mark duration.
Yes, take that eye contact. Keep him down here so he just doesn't go on autopilot and, yes, fly around and do stuff. I'm going to ask him up. Yes. Up. Yes. Down. Yes. Good man. And I'm going to pay him 2 1,000, 3 1,000, 4 1,000, 5 1,000. You want to err on the side of caution here. You want to make sure that you don't push the dog too far, because the goal isn't to challenge the dog here. The goal is to get the dog to believe that this is awesome. If he gets up, I will disengage. I will wait. Depending on where we're at, I will either mark that or I will wait. and pay it without a mark. Let my cookie do the talking. If I mark it, I draw attention to the action. So if the up and down part is weak, or the lying down behavior is weak, then I can mark that to reinforce that piece of it. At this point in time, Loot is a very active dog. I'm not interested in him doing a bunch of action here. You can have dogs flipping and flopping and doing all kinds of crazy stuff because they think that the behavior is to do stuff, up and down. So if I mark that right there, I would draw attention to the action. I don't want to do that. I probably should bump up my rate of reinforcement here as well because we've had a couple of mistakes here, and I don't want that to continue. I want to make sure that he stays down until I ask him off. Off. Yes, good. You'll notice that I'm not marking when I pay him. Up, up, down. During the duration behavior, yes, I'll mark the early part. I'll pay over here, and that'll facilitate the hip flop, which is really cool. I'll go back to maybe every 3 or 4 or 5 seconds. Pay him here, right? No marking. I will, however, mark like, yes, eye contact. He's giving me beautiful eye contact here. Or if he decides to get back down, yes, good man. I can mark that. That really wasn't what I wanted to show you. Like sometimes your dog will be hanging out here and they'll go, no, I think I'll stay here. You definitely, yes, right there. That's the one I'm looking for. If I pay that, that's a great decision for the dog. I want to mark and draw attention to that. Off. Yes, good man. All right, Loot, go do dog stuff. That was terrific. You are terrific.